I'm Ivy Larson with hotandhealthyliving.com, and today's fitness focus is going to be on back care and core training. Now, I just recently turned 34, but in high school I was super active in gymnastics and cheerleading, and I think those high-impact activities really kind of took a toll on my back. But in addition, I also had a hip surgery 2 years ago, a major hip surgery, something for femoral acetabular impingement, and I also had an acetabular labral tear. And so I think kind of the combination of the years of abuse my body took with the gymnastics and cheerleading along with the hip problems, it really exacerbated any underlying back pains that I had. And so I've recently started to see a chiropractor, a local one, Dr. John McClellan, who really is just tremendous. I can't say enough great things about him, and he has definitely started to put me on the road to recovery. But in addition to chiropractic care, it's also super important that you do home care. And by home care, I'm specifically talking about doing the right type of core and back training exercises. Now, I've been kind of designing my own and fooling around with things for about 3 months now. But today, I'm going to go visit a true expert, Gary Lavin. He's a friend of mine, and he, along with my friend Marissa Lysaght, are the owners of Fitness ReDefined. It's a local studio in Jupiter, Florida that's just absolutely fabulous. It offers small group training exercise classes, very affordable, highly effective, and what I love about Gary and Marissa's technique is that they really combine classic exercises with trendy exercises, so kind of like fitness fusion. But today, Gary is going to show us some core training exercises, and whether you are recovering from a back problem or recovering from an injury, or you want to prevent one, or you just want a flat stomach, these back and core training exercises are going to be beneficial to you. So we are going to head over to the studio and let Gary show us what to do. Here we are walking into Fitness ReDefined in Jupiter, Florida. Here we are at Fitness ReDefined with my friend Gary, and he is going to get me started on a low back program.
Absolutely. Today we're going to talk about the causes of low back pain, and we're going to do some exercises to fix that low back pain. So the first thing I'm going to ask Ivy to do today is a step and reach. So she's going to step out in front of her and reach for her toe, and then she's going to alternate legs and reach for the other side. Now you'll notice as she's doing this that she's flexing her spine. Not too much, not too little, but just enough. This is a non-traditional exercise, so we're using some non-traditional form.
And this is actually a lot more challenging than it looks. I've been practicing.
We're going to do 20 reps total. We're going to do 10 per side.
See, there you go, losing my balance. It's hard to keep your balance. I was surprised at how challenging this is.
This is going to challenge your whole backside, your butt, your hamstrings, your back, as well as your balance and your stability. A great total body exercise, but really good for the low back.
Okay, so how many have I been doing? I've been losing
16,
count. Okay, a few more.
18, 19, and 20. Excellent. Good job.
Okay.
All right, the second exercise in our circuit is going to be a push-up. So I'm going to put Ivy in a modified push-up position here with her hands on the box, and she's going to start doing her push-ups. We're going to do 10 push-ups in this repetition here. I'm going to start with her feet apart on the balls of her feet. I want her knees straight, her core nice and tight, her head aligned. I don't want her dropping her head when she's doing push-ups, and when she comes to the top, I want nice and flat across the shoulders. How's that feel, Ivy?
This is hard.
Now I have her on the box because she's a little too weak for floor push-ups, but too strong to have her a little higher. In your home, you can use the wall.
Wasn't that 10?
It might have been, I wasn't counting.
I'm counting. No, so that is an excellent exercise because it helps keep me, I guess, in more alignment than when I'm doing them on the floor.
Absolutely, better alignment. At home you can start on the wall, you can use a chair, or you can even use a countertop.
Okay, we're on to the third exercise.
All right, this is the band row. So I'm going to have Ivy stand with her knees slightly bent, feet apart, and she's just going to pull that band right to her rib cage, in and out. When she pulls that band, I want her to feel like she's squeezing a pencil between her shoulder blades. So big chest, pulling up. I'm also trying to avoid having her lean back a little bit. When you lean back, you turn off the whole back side of your body. So I want you leaning forward just a little bit to keep pressure on the back side of your body, and just in and out, comfortable head. This is a great core exercise as well. Just like all the other exercises, they're ground-based core exercises working your entire body.
What I really love is that you have us doing standing core exercises.
Standing, always in the standing position because that's the way we live.
Yeah, a lot of people think they only do core exercises on the floor. I think I only have how many more? 2 more to do 15?
2,
Home run.
and
Last one.
15. Good. Excellent. Good job.
Okay, so now we're on to exercise number 4, which Gary calls the 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock band rotation. And I was just going to say this is a totally new exercise for me, and I think it's going to be very effective.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've set one of the bands down from the band pole. So we're holding on to one orange band here. We're standing on the clock, and we're going to rotate from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, hence the name, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock rotation. What I really want Ivy to focus on here is stabilizing her hips, not moving in the hips here, really clamping down in her abdominal musculature and rotating about 10 times. Now, when we say core training with Fitness ReDefined, we don't just mean abs, we don't just mean crunches. The core is anything from the knees to the chest, because all those muscles attach to your hips.
And that is 10. And you know what? I really feel this very, very deep.
Absolutely. So now we're going to turn around and you get to see what it looks like from the other side. So same thing, stabilize those hips, knees slightly bent, shoulders are rotating, hands are locked out, and we're just doing the 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Anytime you go past that 2 o'clock position, you want to release an ankle because you don't want that kind of rotation in your low back.
Boy, it's hard to keep your hips stable.
It's very hard to keep the hips stable, and that's the whole point of the exercise, is to really clamp down and try and rotate without the hips moving.
Ooh, you are really going to feel this way, way deep inside.
Excellent.
Okay, so now we are going to do the 5th and final exercise, what Gary calls the single leg front reach. And I just have to say, before he shows me how to do it properly, my initial instinct was to do kind of like the ballerina extension, because usually I try to do everything perfectly. But he says, I'll let him say because he says it better.
We're just using natural body alignment. We're living the way we're training the way you live. We live the way you train. So we're going to use a very natural motion. We're going to flex a little bit of the spine. I want equal contribution from every joint in the body. So what I'm having Ivy do here is she's standing on her right leg. She's reaching with her left arm to that cone. If you don't have a cone at home, you can just reach to your toe, or you can reach 12 inches in front of your foot. She's going to do 10 reps on her right leg, and then she's going to switch and do 10 reps on the other side.
And you want me balancing, right?
I want you balancing on that single leg. Now, if balancing at home is a little too hard for you, you can start with a parallel stance and reach. You can switch to a staggered stance, and then eventually when you get comfortable, you can go to that single leg stance.
Oh, and I really feel that in the back of my thigh, too.
So this is a great balance and stability exercise. Remember, balance and stability drive your strength. So without balance and stability, it doesn't matter how strong you are, you're not going to be able to show that strength to the world. Go ahead and relax a little bit. You're getting a little ballet on me again.
Oh,
so
okay.
there you go, nice.
Okay.
Just like if you dropped a sock on the floor, or your husband left a sock on the floor and you had to pick it up.
This is hard. It's harder on my left side.
You're always going to have one dominant side and one non-dominant side. So one side's going to be harder than the other in general, always.
Ooh, I should practice this more at home. This is challenging, and I can really feel it burning, like I said, in the back of my
Good.
thigh.
Relax this leg that's in the air.
Okay.
There you go. And bring it forward and come up tall. Every rep, in between every rep, you want to come up tall and don't cheat that repetition.
Okay, how many have I done? This should be 10.
Good. And 10. Excellent. Good job. Great job.
So that's it. That is a great core training exercise program that, thank you, Gary. And
You're welcome.
One thing I really like about the Fitness ReDefined philosophy, and I'm going to let you say it because I think you say it best.
Well, we like to train like you train in real life. That's using standing positions. A lot of people think about core training, they think about laying down on the floor. We like to keep you on your feet the way you live in real life.
And I think that's a very effective way to train. And if you want to get the complete workout, you can visit me, Ivy Larson, at hotandhealthyliving.com. And I'm going to be back with Gary next week doing more advanced core training. So stay tuned.